Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Crypto Space. So in today's video, we are going to cover Pepe, its recent price action. We are going to cover a couple of metrics for Pepe. And of course, we are going to cover a couple of charts for BTC and altcoins on their own. And of course, at the end, we are going to examine whether 50x for Pepe is possible this cycle. So guys, if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and a quick disclaimer that this video is not a financial advice. And now let's hop into Pepe itself. So Pepe is currently trading at 5.06835 of a dollar and is currently experiencing a leg up of 6.8%. Market cap is currently sitting at 2.8 billion USD, and 24-hour trading volume is currently sitting at 943 million USD. Well, almost 1 billion, so that's actually quite a lot. And now if we are going to look at the overall crypto market, not every single project is pumping as of today, so we could consider ourselves as a winners if you are holding a Pepe. So now guys, the first thing that I would like to look at on Pepe and examine would be the Twitter, right? And the Twitter score basically. So I have allowed myself to put Pepe over here into that Twitter score in order to check if there is any significant growth in terms of follower statistics. And as we can see that from April pretty much last year, we are constantly growing, right? So if we are going to look at, let's say last month, March, we're sitting at over 500,000, and now that is growing, and I do believe that it is going to keep growing. And if we are going to look at current holders for Pepe, as of 9th of April, we're sitting at 200,667. And as of today, we are sitting at 207,380. So guys, I do believe that, this is quite a good thing to see. People are accumulating Pepe. And now, one thing to see, this is the last 5 years, and this is all over the world. This is basically the search term for Pepe. So we had 2 pumps for Pepe, right? And this is where the search appears. Now, almost nobody is searching for Pepe, and that could be the time to buy pretty much, because what I have noticed is that people are basically searching for the project after it's pumping. However, this is the time to sell the bag, not to buy, I believe. And now let's have a look at the chart of Pepe. So that is a 4-hourly time frame, guys, right? So the first things first, if you have picked up Pepe on that recent dip and you had buying orders set up at, let's say, lower prices, you're probably sitting on around 65%. So that is good. And now you're probably thinking that it's too late, right? However, if I'm going to zoom this chart a little bit, we are still around 38% low from Pepe's all-time highs. So if you ask me, I would say this is still a dip pretty much, because we are still below all-time highs. And now if we are going to look at the standpoint of moving averages, we are being supported. However, one thing to notice is that on RSI, we are reaching that area of overbought territory. However, that's 4-hourly time frame, so we could see a smaller dip, right? Let's say if we are going to dip to the next level of resistance that leads us back to the previous all-time highs with confirmations in here, here, and here roughly, that would be around another 6 to 7%. So I'm not saying that is definitely going to happen, but that pump was quite strong, and now it looks like we are going to have a retest. Of course, we could see a huge pump. However, what technicals are basically saying is that we could see a little bit of a correction, and after that we could see the pump. And by the way, if you are interested into keeping your Pepe safe, make sure that you check out Tangum Wallet. So Tangum Wallet is a cold storage wallet that is keeping your crypto safe outside of exchanges on which anything might happen pretty much. They have lots of safety features, but what I like the most personally, that once I have my Pepe on Tangum Wallet, I can just swap it for USDT and send USDT to the exchange, which I believe is easier. Their powerful chip was created by Samsung, and it comes with 25-year warranty. And with my discount code, you can get minus 10% off. So link is in the description down below. And now guys, in order to understand of what we can expect from Pepe in coming weeks and few months, let's say, let's cover a little bit of news for BTC, charts for BTC, and altcoins at the end. So bear with me these couple of extra minutes. So first things first, let's have a look at inflows, or actually outflows, from BTC. So as of yesterday, we are sitting at minus 35 million USD. However, BTC's price is pretty much still stable at this time, so that's good. And now very bullish news in general for crypto. So Robert F. Kennedy Jr. vows to put US budget on blockchain. He said on Sunday that blockchain tech could play a key role in making the government more transparent, calling for a Web3 makeover of the federal budget. And another interesting thing, quote unquote, "I'm going to put the entire US budget on the blockchain so that every American can look at every budget item in the entire budget anytime they want, 24 hours a day, he said. So guys, that is very bullish. Of course, we don't know yet who is going to become a president. However, Mr. Kennedy is definitely bullish on crypto in general, so that would potentially be a great news. And now let's have a look at Bitcoin's chart. So first of all, shout out to El Crypto Prof. And now BTC's major target, 80 to 85,000 USD. Anyone who has been following me for a while knows that I've been focusing on this target, and if we're going to look at the model, guys, that is pretty much what is brewing for BTC. So we might see that breakout sooner rather than later, and imagine where is this breakout going to put Pepe on in terms of the price. And now if we are going to follow the simple rising trend line, we can clearly see that potential targets for BTC this cycle could be around 240,000 USD, but please make sure that you take out your Pepe profits along the way. Don't wait for that peak of the cycle, just make sure that you take some profits out. Now guys, if we are going to look at the standpoint of moving average and also bouncing around previous all-time highs, we can clearly see what happened in the last cycle. So this is the time when we have basically dipped below that moving average around previous all-time highs, and after that we saw a huge run, just like in 2020, right? We basically dipped below that moving average, and that was also around previous all-time highs. So after that, BTC saw a huge spike in terms of the price, and I believe that this cycle is no different at all. We have dipped below moving average and we are dancing around previous all-time highs for BTC. So sooner rather than later, the run and real party, I believe, should start. And now if we are going to look at altcoins, which are including Ethereum as well, we can clearly see sooner rather than later we are going to see a bigger jump back. And now of course we could technically retest this zone as a support. At the moment, nothing really is indicating that. However, that is also possible. However, once we are going to retest as a support, just technically, it's going to be much bigger confirmation that we are going to go for all-time highs if it comes to altcoins. And now guys, what I would like to also show you is altcoins that are excluding Ethereum as well. So that's going to be much easier to determine. Obviously, that's going to lag behind a little bit. So basically, altcoins that are excluding Ethereum and Bitcoin too on a monthly chart are basically experiencing a rejection from that important level that leads us back to the previous cycle on altcoins. So once we are going to smash through that resistance, then we are going to have previous all-time highs for alts. However, we have already entered that area of only up territory for altcoins. So let me actually zoom it in on a weekly, and as you can see guys, more clearly on the weekly time frame, we are basically going upwards. So we are getting closer and closer towards that resistance that leads us back to the previous cycle. And if you ask me, that is pretty bullish. And now guys, let's answer the question, can Pepe do 50x? So the first things first, let's have a look. Market cap is currently sitting at 2.8 billion USD. And now 2.8 times 50 is around 140. So now we do have to ask ourselves a question. Can Pepe become a meme coin that is going to have 140 billion USD in terms of the market cap? So let's first of all examine Dogecoin. So Dogecoin at its peak in the previous cycle has reached around 82 billion USD. And obviously Dogecoin is quite big. However, one interesting thing is that once I'm going to compare Pepe coin to Dogecoin, we can clearly see that this cycle, Pepe is pretty much a winner. So we shouldn't underestimate the power of the community. However, I would say that 140 billion USD in terms of market cap is quite high. So let's say theoretically that Pepe could see highs of, let's say, 90 billion USD. So let's have a look. 90 billion divided by 2.8, that's around 32. So 32x would be probably maximum that we can squeeze out of Pepe. Of course, that's not a financial advice, that's just my opinion, but if you do think about it, meme coin that's above 90 billion USD, that would be big. Of course, I could be wrong. Of course, it could do 50x, perhaps even 100, but heck, let's be realistic. 30k, I believe it's quite good return. That's it for today's video, guys. I hope that you have enjoyed Pepe update as well as BTC and altcoins. I wish you having a great day or evening wherever you are in the world. Peace and love, crypto.